Well, let me just say that employers have an obligation to ensure that their workplace is safe and helpful to their employers, their workers. That's part of the general duty clause under the Occupational Safety and Health Act. So they have an obligation, if someone is infected, that they should identify who may have been exposed, and can and should restrict those individuals who are infected or exposed from working in the workplace. That's within the health directive, spells that out. What we are expecting, and typically what should happen, is that once we are notified of a case or know of a case, that we will contact the employer and seek additional information, names of perhaps other workers who have been exposed, as well as contact information. By the way, I would say that and remind employers that the health director requires them to report to us individuals who are infected or who have been exposed. And so with that contact information, we will indeed contact those cases as well as those who are contact to place those in isolation who needs to be in isolation. Those who need to be in quarantine will be placed in quarantine. Now, one of the things I want to say is that when an employer tells a worker to go home, what they should tell them is to go home and self-isolate or self-quarantine. The official term of isolation and quarantine are legal terms in which the health department imposes upon an individual. So you just need to remember that you telling your employee to go home and to, quote, isolate or quarantine is not legally binding, as it would be if the health department has issued a directive or order for that person to be at home in isolation or quarantine.